Just found that PC down there in this dumpster. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that thing out of here. I want to know everything about it. Alrighty, I've brought it all the way back home. That really took a load of my arms. That kind of hurt. We seem to have some HP Pavilion with an AMD Athlon 64, a Windows Vista era. And in here we have a LightScribe DVD drive, card readers, and some extra front I/O and FireWire, which I haven't actually seen before. And in here, the inside, the hard drive has been drilled, which is unfortunate because I was like some free hard drives. This thing takes some DDR2 RAM, and it seems a bunch of this stuff in here has been unplugged, like that 24 pin or whatever. Although they left the power supply here, so I don't even know why they did that. We also have some sort of a graphics card in here. It doesn't. I don't see any labels on it, although the outputs are VGA and like DVI. I'll be plugging everything back in soon, and I'll just install like, well, assuming it posts with my only DDR2 RAM that I've never tested. If it posts, I'm gonna temporarily install an SSD in here and try to install like Windows 10, I guess. Even though, yes, I know you guys would want me to install Linux, but I'm not doing that right now. But maybe someday. Oh yeah, and I also found that monitor down there, which I'll test later. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I don't really care. I'm gonna plug everything back into this thing. I also just noticed all the screws in here are not those weird screws HP usually uses. These actually are Phillips, which is unusual for me. So I ended up removing the hard drive cage thing to get this drive out because I don't want that just sitting in there. And it's some broken touchy desk star that somebody drilled. It says 2008. The bottom says 2007. It looks like it was 250 gigabytes. Probably was decent. I'm probably just going to open this up for fun, though. But we'll do that later. Gotta set everything back up on this thing. And I'll probably clean it if I see if it works or not, because it's pretty gross. Like brown, dark dust. I've just noticed down, where was it? Right there, it says NVIDIA on it. So we got some sort of NVIDIA graphics card. This could be rather interesting, and I actually think that's the part I want to work the most. Based off like this dust cover, I think it might have been owned by a smoker, but it doesn't really smell like it. We got some SATA coming off these Molex, and this is just part of the power supply. No adapters. That's interesting. So they unplugged the 24 pin and the SATA connectors for the disk drive here. That was it. They left like the 4-pin CPU power and all the other connections in. I don't get it. On the back, we also seem to have whatever that is. And since we have PS2 here, I'm going to plug in a PS2 keyboard just because it might not like the USB one. This thing seems to be dated around 2007, 2008. Got the graphics card plugged in the VGA. We also have another FireWire in the back. I will plug in a USB mouse though, since I don't have a PS2 keyboard. But this thing also has all the audio connections right here, and this digital audio out. Now we'll see if this light on 300-watt power supply is gonna blow up or not. That'd be kind of funny if it did. All right, gotta plug that in and see what decides to happen. I guess. Seems like that thing in here is just some sort of antenna. All right, everything's plugged in. I'm going to flick my power strip thing back here, and it's powering on automatically. I really hate when they do that, but nothing's blown up yet. Sounds kind of weird though. Let's see if we get anything on the screen in a moment. Mouse lit up though. That seems good. Nothing's being detected yet on the monitor, and numlock is on. I'm gonna try to give it a reboot. I'm not getting any beeps or anything on the screen yet. And every time I turn it off, it turns right back on, which is kind of weird. Maybe the GPU is like got bad connections to the slot, and that's why nothing's happening. I'm gonna unplug it and reseat the graphics card in a minute. Here is a better look at the graphics card. I am not sure what it is. Other than it's some NVIDIA card. Doesn't take any extra power or anything. Still nothing. I'm gonna try DVI on here instead. Just gotta get my cable out. Actually, I'm gonna try only one RAM stick first and try different slots, just in case that's an issue. Although I'm not getting any beep codes or anything. So far, nothing on. Just one. Numlock light is on. Mouse lights up. I don't know if the mouse would be a problem. I'm gonna keep trying different slots. And on this is untested DDR2 RAM, which is a possible problem. You know, actually, I'm gonna see if it even just complains if there's no RAM in here. Does not seem to care. That fan sounds terrible. This computer might be a dud. Oh, now it's beeping. Okay. It doesn't like having no memory. At least it's showing some signs of life, right? Okay, I'm gonna go back to trying one stick. One stick in slot 4. Give that a try. Still not getting any posts just yet. I'm trying different slots. Sticks. But I did notice right here on the bottom there's some specs here. This thing had 2 gigabytes of DDR2, AMD Athlon 64X2 2400 dual core 2.46 gigahertz. Windows Vista, random software, some like sound stuff. Where's the graphics card on here? Graphics card 128 NVIDIA GeForce 8400 DVI and VGA. And there's the hard drive on there. SATA 2 hard drive. But that doesn't matter because that thing's trashed. I don't know if I'm ever going to get this thing to post, though, which would be really unfortunate. I've also come to the realization that even if I got this thing to working, I don't think I have enough RAM to run 64-bit Windows 10. But I think I got bigger problems to worry about for now. Alright, I tried almost every RAM combination, so I don't think it's the RAM at all. I'm taking the GPU out, and I'm going to see if this thing has any integrated graphics. I unscrewed the cover on the VGA. This thing probably doesn't have any graphics, so I don't think it's going to post either way. But I just wanted to try it out. Oh, of course. Of course. Wait. Just hitting some random keys. Of course, it's the graphics card, the one thing I wanted. Wow. It's fantastic that it's working, but it's a shame the graphics card was to blame. I also think the BIOS battery is probably dead. But we're in the BIOS, which is something. I don't know what the video is on here, but we're here. That's fantastic. I'm gonna try the graphics card in a different. I'm gonna try it in a different PC, like this one, maybe, or maybe just clean the graphics card. Something's wrong with it. Taking a closer look at this graphics card, it looks like something may have been spilled on it, which could be why it's not working. I think the contacts might look a little bit dirty if they would focus. I'm gonna clean this up and then try testing it out again. This thing is still kind of dirty. I didn't clean it very much. I just tried cleaning off a little bit of the crap on the bottom. You can still see that it's there, but maybe it's better now. I'm not sure. I'm going to try this again. If it doesn't work, I'll try the DVI. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to try another system. But this very well might be dead. I don't think this GPU likes this very much. Alright, time to try DVI, I guess. Okay, I do not seem to have the correct DVI cable or monitors down here, and I do not want to plug this into my main PC to try testing it. So, I'm just going to plug this into another PC and try the VGA again. And if we get nothing, I'm just going to call this dead for now. I will have to move on. The GPU lives. That's amazing. I put this in the HP Pavilion, if you know. Huh? Okay, so it works in this PC, but not the other one. Maybe the slot is dirty on the motherboard, and I just need to clean it better. That's great, though. I thought it was completely toast. It's going to probably show up as an unknown device, but I'm going to let it boot in Windows anyway. Okay, so it seems to be working. We're not connected to the internet, so we're not getting any drivers for this thing, but it looks like here's some information. This might actually be worse than the integrated Intel HD 2000 or whatever that's on this Pentium G630 of this PC. I'm going to try to clean the slot more on this thing. Maybe it'll post out of here. I'd like the whole system to just work and be close to original. So I'm going to clean it more. Also, this random monitor that I found in the dumpster appears to be working as well. Only has a VGA input, but it seems to have some speakers, but I didn't test those. But now it's time to test this graphics card again. Okay, I've got it spin up again, and we'll see. I also plugged in the disk drive. Oh, yes! That was it the whole time. The slot was bad, needed cleaned, and now we're here. Oh. Okay, great. This is exactly what I wanted to see. There's also nothing inside of our right scribe drive. Oh well, but it seems to at least open on its own. Okay, so we have 1 gigabyte of DDR2 in here. I cannot install Windows 10 with 1 gigabyte of RAM, unless it's like 32-bit, I think. So we're not going to be doing that right now. So I might actually have to try installing Linux, or I'm going to have to try to get more RAM. I did ask a guy if he has some RAM, so I might see about that. But I think that's going to be the end of this video of this HP Pavilion from the Windows Vista days. Thank you for watching.